Hey everybody, good night, good evening, how are you? I am here live with you. This is Ignite Your Spark. I'm super pumped, I'm super excited. I've been watching some of the videos and man, oh man, are the trainings, like they're super awesome and you guys don't even know how golden this is. And I mean, I'm learning stuff from the people who are presenting. So if I seem a little weird, seem a little bit low, it's because tonight I'm going to talk about maximizing our compensation plan through rank advancement. And I'm going to actually go on the other side. I'm going to turn my camera around. I'm kind of kneeling on the floor right now because I really like visuals. I really like to show you guys what I'm talking about, and I wanted to have a wall behind me to tape things on. And so the funny thing is I have my computer right here too, so I'm gonna like watch myself to make sure, since I can't turn the screen around. Does that make sense? So if it gets wonky, you guys have to like let me know, I guess, on there. If it doesn't work, I'll just turn it around. But I wrote up these things to help as I'm explaining, because some of this stuff can like blow your mind open if you don't know what I'm talking about. And so I wrote up these things. I'm a teacher, I'm a visual learner, and so I wanted to be able to show when the camera's facing, as you know, when the camera's facing yourself, everything's backwards and it won't serve you any purpose. So, all right, so I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to get on the other side. I'm going to get started because I want to maximize my time. Okay, there we go. Now, don't laugh. I'm going to refresh so I can see myself. I tried this earlier and there was a delay. It was really wonky and it actually totally messed with me. But I'm going to refresh this. So I'm going to actually watch myself live on my computer, even though there's a delay. So hopefully it'll work. Now, for some reason, my internet connection is right down in the room that I'm in, but sometimes it freezes. I don't know why. Here we go. I have myself on mute. All right, it looks like I'm in a pretty good spot. It looks like I'm in a good spot here. So let me just adjust so I can watch what's going on. Make sure, hey, Dominique. All right, so we're talking tonight about rank advancements. I know Crystal last night did an awesome job explaining rank advancement. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper into rank advancements, and I'm going to start talking about some of the nitty gritty and how to maximize our compensation plan with the whole rank advancement thing. And I think that this is something that's worthy. This got me all fired up a little while ago in my business, and my business kind of took off when I learned and understood this stuff. People started explaining it. I first started explained at a Super Sunday, because in Connecticut we do Super Sunday, and it was like a light bulb went off, and it was so valuable that it changed my business. So just a quick intro. I am Jessica Pivin. I have been, I think I just actually celebrated my 3 years since being a coach. I signed up 3 years ago. I had a coach who was like all in, fired up, super excited. We launched together 3 weeks in. I was an emerald. It was going awesome, and then she faded out and started doing her own business, and I was lost. And at that same time, I had a brand new baby, and that's how I got introduced. Is I was looking for something, and someone invited me to the coaching, or someone invited me to their challenge group, and I needed to lose some weight, and I needed a system, not just like the hodgepodge that I had been used to doing before. So it was working great, and I thought, hey, I could do this. And I wanted to stay home with my daughters because I was a 14-year veteran English teacher, and that takes a ton of work and a ton of time at home. And while I'm a hard worker and I am happy to give of my time, I'm even happy to give of my time at home. It was this constant process of grading and planning and all this stuff, and it just wore me down, and I felt stressed out. My quality of life, although my salary was decent, well, it was decent before kids, but having to pay childcare and take time at home away from my children to do my job, it was just a no-go. So this opportunity came at the absolute perfect time. Problem is, when my upline left, I got really scared. I had no confidence in myself. I didn't really know what to do. I knew what to do because I started following along with the trainings, but I didn't have the confidence to do it, and so I was afraid, and so I completely stalled there for a very long time. It took me 2 years to get to Diamond. So anybody who has been on this train a little while and you're not there yet, keep pushing. It can keep happening. It can happen. Like, I plugged along little at a time. I had some ups and downs. I had several times where I was like this close, and then I had people quit. And it just killed me, and I thought, oh, maybe I'm not for this. But I always knew the opportunity is there. this business is doable and people do it and I could do it. And so I just kept plugging along and I finally reached diamond, and it was an exciting thing. And now I'm pushing for 2-star diamond and 5-star diamonds and all the levels that, you know, we want to get to. So, you know, as Crystal talked about yesterday, she talked about rank advancements. She talked about emeralds, she talked about ruby, she talked about diamond, and she talked a little bit about team cycle bonuses. I want to go into a little bit more depth about team cycle bonuses. So we have this compensation plan where we start off, we can earn a commission on the sales we make, but we have to be sales machines in order to really make a living on this. What makes this so amazing is the residual income, the income that we can earn from the team that we create, the business that we build. All right. So hold on, let me just check to make sure I don't have any crazy questions going on. So the team that we can build creates our residual income. That's the income that comes in based on work we've done prior or work that other people are doing and that we're working and we're teaming up together. So we have 3 ranks, as you know. We have emeralds, which is where we've got you plus the 2 people you bring in. You start off as a coach, and then when you bring in 2 people, maybe a spouse and a family member or people, challengers who are interested, when you bring in 2 people, then you become emerald and your business is going to kick off at that point. I don't know how great these stickies are. So then you become a ruby. That's your next step. Although a lot of people skip straight to diamond because they get the volume of coaches, but they don't have the duplication just yet. But a ruby happens when you've got 4 people on your team and 2 of them have duplicated what you've done, and you become a ruby. Okay. And then that next big one obviously is diamond. And that's where you plus 8 people that you've personally sponsored, 2 of which who have duplicated what you've done, or more, could be more. Okay. So you've got these 3 different ranks. And again, I know that Crystal talked about those yesterday, so as just a quick go over. Now, what you can do when you are an emerald, what you can start to do is earn a team cycle bonus. And that is a bonus based on volume that is created. So let me talk about let me give you some definitions here. So volume is the points that represent sales. So approximately, and this is not an exact exchange, but approximately $1 is a point, a volume point. So you have team volume, or TV, and that's points accumulated by the people under you, either personally sponsored or placed. And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. Now, PV is your personal volume. That's what you create with you purchasing things and with your customers purchasing things. And then what happens is we have this opportunity to earn this cycle bonus. Now, a cycle happens when you have on one side, because you know we have the 2 legs, which we've already talked about. When you have the 200 personal volume point, or excuse me, 200 team volume points to 100 team volume points. Okay, that means that on one side there's been 200 accumulated points, or about $200 in sales, let's say. To the other side has about 100 points accumulated, or about $100 in sales. Boom, you create a team cycle bonus and you earn money for that when it levels out to 1. It's called a team cycle bonus. Now the thing with the team cycle bonus is it's generated completely by the people below you. So that has nothing to do with you personally, unless you have, like my husband is a coach underneath me and I work his business. So I can contribute to my team cycle bonuses. But for the most part, your team cycle bonuses come from the people below you. So it serves everyone to help the people below you reach their goals. It serves you, it serves them. And Team Beachbody has said, hey, this is the compensation plan, so there's nothing wrong with wanting to maximize that. Okay, so we've got these definitions, although I think I'm probably starting to lose space, and I even have tape ready for that. There we go. All right, so what you need to know, and this is where it gets into the nitty-gritty, and this is what opened up my business, is that your team cycle bonus is earned when your strong leg, so one of your legs is going to have a typically consistent, stronger output than the other leg. Okay, and that's your strong leg. Now, it might be that you've brought in some amazing builders, or it might be that someone from above you has placed someone underneath you. And that's what's so beautiful, is that it's not just what your personally sponsored coaches, it's also the volume that's created in this team cycle bonus is also from the volume created by people who've been placed underneath you. You might be sitting there like, what? What are you talking about? People placed underneath you. Let me give you another visual for that. Okay? So here's you, right? You have your upline. For me, it's Christy. It didn't start as Christy, but it's Christy now. I've got my personally sponsored. Now, when I look in my back office, I look and I have all these coaches. I look today and I have, oh, I wrote it down. I didn't write it down. 590. I have 590 coaches underneath me. I did not bring in 590 coaches. Those coaches have been placed from people who are above me placed. And then when those people have built their teams, then now that volume is generating up to me. So you have your upline and they've got to place people. So they come in after you, a week after you, a day, a month. And then they place, so Christy places someone and now it's underneath me. Now I've got volume generating on my strong leg. Now, as you know, Christy's our leader. You know, she just hit the Millionaires Club. She's incredibly successful. So I am fortunate enough to be under one of her business centers. So I have this crazy, crazy volume building up in one of my legs. So what I have to do, and I didn't know this for a long time until I got this training recently because my upline took off. I didn't hook in with Christy until just recently. I didn't know this, but I had this crazy volume building up. When I'm talking crazy, I'll show you how crazy. This is how crazy. Like right now, I have 713,000 volume points on my left leg. And we just cycled, so I have just a carryover of 82, right? That's crazy volume on that side. If I cycled all of that, remember the cycling, the 200 to 100, 700,000, that's about 350,000. And then you divide how many cycles that is by $18. Last time I did it, it was about $76,000. If I were to maximize, if I were to have 100 volume points for every 200 volume points that can be built up in this number, I would have like an $80,000 check. Like if this all cycled by next Thursday, between my husband and I and all the volume we have underneath us, I would have like an $80,000 check. What? Say what? A lot of that volume came from other people that were placed underneath me. This whole upline places something underneath you. So I've got some pretty hard hitters. I've got some pretty big hitters. I've got 2-star diamonds, 1-star diamonds. I've got a lot of people underneath me who are contributing to that volume on my weak and strong side. Now, how much is the cycle bonus? Let's go back a little bit because I didn't talk money. I know Crystal did yesterday, so you might be hearing this again, and that's okay. You have to hear something several times until it makes sense. So as an Emerald coach, every time I cycle, that 200 to 100 clicks together, the puzzle piece is built, I get $14. As a Ruby coach, you get $16. And as a Diamond coach, you get $18. Okay, so obviously this is the most effective. You want to get there. The volume starts building up. This is where that residual income comes, because that's just your team doing the normal behaviors. Your team is earning Success Club. They're building volume. You're earning points. They're earning points. Like everybody benefits. So this truly is a team situation. And Beachbody said, maximize this thing, you guys. This is the plan. We've created this for you. Make it work. So I want you to be able to make it work by knowing what your volume is right now. What is your volume? Like I was sitting on hundreds of thousands of volume points and did not know it for the longest time. So I want you today, if you're an Emerald, in your back office, you can actually look what your 2 sides are. If you're not an Emerald yet, that report won't show anything, I don't believe. So all you can do is look at your general volume. But you can go into your business tab. It's my business tab, my volume, and there'll be my volume and my carryover volume. And the carryover volume will show you what those the weak and strong legs are. Okay, so team cycle bonus, strong leg is 200, weak leg is 100 volume points. So I want you to go in and check that, check it out. You might have like a super strong left leg like I do. I have a strong left leg. So right now, I don't want to be placing people on that side because I already have oodles, hundreds of thousands of volume points on that side. So I want to build my right leg so that those cycles, those 1 to 2s start happening and I get the cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Now, you might be placed on someone's weak leg, right? So I have a bunch of coaches right now who are on my weak leg and there's nobody above me placing, but you know what? I want to build that leg right now so they're going to benefit as I bring people in and I build there. So even if you're on a weaker leg right now or you don't have tons of people underneath you from the people above you, my guess is that if you're on this training, that means that you're taking this business seriously. It means that your upline is taking this business seriously because they recommended you be here. And they're probably going to be building that leg because they're going to know that they need to balance that volume. So I know Christy started on a dead leg. Like her upline didn't build that at all. She started from zero to scratch. Look at her now. She's in the Millionaires Club. So it is possible. So if when you go in and you do your call to action, put this bonus amounts. When you do your call to action and you look up and you go, oh, but there's nobody underneath me. It can be done. It can be done. And our leader, Christy, has proved that. Happy birthday to Christy if you're watching or if you watch later. So when I learned this, here's why it's valuable for you to learn this now. Okay? I'm going to turn this around. I think I want to watch myself and not from the perspective of my computer on a delay. Let me just turn that right off. So here's what I want you to know. Here's why I want you to know this is valuable. When I learned this, I was able to talk to people about, people are afraid of sales, like a lot of us, even some of us watching, even some of us who do this well, still don't want to sound salesy, right? And if all we were doing was earning a commission, then we would just be salespeople. But it's bigger than that, and that's what makes multi-level or network marketing, that's what makes it so special, is that we get to build based on what our team is doing together. We get to lift each other up, we get to support each other, and we get to work together. So you can speak on that when you're talking to a prospective coach, when they're ready, or if they're the type of person that knows the numbers. In January, I had a guy, he was my lawn guy, and I had met him the previous spring. And I said when I met him, because I saw his Facebook page and I met him and I kind of knew what he was about a little bit, and I said, he will be on my team someday. And I kind of played it cool. I didn't push. I knew he had a lot of stuff going on. And eventually it came down to it where I needed one more coach to go diamond. And I had built up enough, they always say that you have to earn the right to be heard. I had built up enough to be heard from him. And I messaged him. It was like the last day in January that I needed to, excuse me, to hit my goals to become a diamond. And I called him and I said, Mike, I got an opportunity for you, man. I have a hole on my strong side, and that means that you're going to build volume quickly. And when you build volume quickly and you bring a few people in, then you can earn money quickly. If you're worrying. And of course, I did the disclaimers. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, but I explained to him, like, this leg explodes. It's always building all the time because there's builders on that leg. And so I have an opportunity. I have a space and I need it filled, and I think you could benefit from this. He told me no 3 times that day, and I just kept sending him the information, and I kept sending him things to look at, and I kept saying, but here's the deal. Here, you're going to get each cycle is the equivalent of this, and here's how you're going to pay for it, and here's how it will work if you work the business. By the end of the day, he signed up with me, and he shot out of the gates, and he did really awesome. I knew my stuff. I knew how to talk to him about what we had to offer, about what the compensation plan does, and how we can benefit from the people on our team and around us. We don't have this corporate nitpicky, don't share the secrets. My husband was just telling me about how some guys at his work, like, they constantly step on each other and keep secrets, and they don't want the other people getting the information. We want to share the information. We want the people around us to be doing well. There's probably some of you on this call right now, or who are going to watch it later, who are in my downline. I want you to do well because it serves you. You're reaching your goals, and then it also helps me meet my financial goals. So this is a team effort, and I love that, and I want you to be aware of that. Where you place someone when you have that getting started right call, look at your volume. If you know that you've got 1 million points on one side, you're not going to place someone who wants to be a builder on that side, right? I was so focused on getting to diamond that I didn't know any of this volume stuff. And honestly, I was so focused on that, the glitz and the glamour of diamond, that I don't know that I would have done it differently anyways. But in retrospect, in a little bit more maturity down the line, I would have played my cards differently. I would have placed people, sorry, that's my heater. I would have placed people differently to maximize that volume that was sitting there from the beginning. My two biggest builders are on my left side. And I don't want to say their volume doesn't matter and what they do doesn't matter, because it does. Like, they're reaching their goals and we're working together, and as they build rank, that will help me too. But like, it's in a pool of 713,000 points. So I need my right leg. Now, had I realized that, instead of just being like, oh, one, the other, one, the other, one, the other, I would have found out on the getting started right call, what's your goals? What do you want to do with this? Do you want to build? Do you want to just be a hobby coach? Are you dabbling? Are you just, are you just in it for the discount? All of those are fine, but when you find out those things, you can place people to where it's going to best be the advantage for you. Does that make sense? So if you have someone you know is going to be a discount coach, personally, I would place them on my strong side, because I don't need their volume. There's volume already being created. If I had a talk with someone and they were like, I'm all in, I'm quitting my job, I want to be a diamond, I'm going to place them on my weak leg and keep building that leg, obviously to benefit them and benefit me. But that's where I would want to place them, where the volume isn't just piling up on its own. Now, some of you probably don't have volume just piling up on its own, but I'd be willing to bet that some of you have volume just sitting there and maybe you don't even know about it yet. So your call to action, and what I want you to do with this, and I'm really trying to stay on time. Hi Shannon. What I want you, oh, that's right, it's turned around, isn't it? Well, I'll post it. What I want you to do is, where's your volume at? Do you have a big pile? Do you have any contributors? If you do, where will you place your next coach to maximize? Are you placing on your left because your right has a bunch of volume and you can balance, or are you placing on your right because your left has a bunch of volume? Now again, if you're not an emerald, I don't think that your report, your carryover volume, that's what I look at. I look at my carryover volume, stuff that's left over after the cycles have passed. What am I working with? And that's what I was talking about with this 713,000. That's carryover on one side of my leg right now. If you are an emerald or above, I want you to go into my business, my volume, and look at my carryover. What are your two sides? Then I want you to go into my volume, and it will show you, like, each, I can't remember if it's day or each cycle, it will show you what's building up and what's accruing right now. And here's the thing, it's hyperlinked, so you can click on it and you can literally get the names of the people on the team who are contributing to that. Thank you, Genevieve Bingham. Thank you, Mari Carmen. Thank you, some of the people who are contributing right now to my volume on my left side. Like, I looked that up right before I came on the call, and you can look that up too. I had two choices. I have one coach I have now is a great go-getter and trying to build her business. The other is my husband. Okay, awesome. So figure out where your husband is. My husband, I placed him on my my strong side when I first started, before I knew any of this stuff. So right now he's got boatloads of volume as well. So once I feel strong enough to, like, build me, build him, build my mom, like, there's a whole lot I got going on. Like, there's volume that we're just waiting to tap in. As long as I keep him active, it doesn't flush that volume. So knowing, what your goals are, and knowing what the people you're bringing in goals are, you can place them. Second thing I want you to look at is, I want you to look under my business, and then my downline, and then my full genealogy, and it will tell you if anybody's been placed underneath you, because you'll see all these people and you're like, oh, who are those people? I didn't bring them in. So two things you're looking for. You're looking at my volume under my business tab in your back office, and you're looking under full genealogy to see, are there any people underneath you that have been placed there? Those are your two assignments. And what will you do with that? Tell me where you're at. Even if you're not an emerald, you could still look at my genealogy, because people are being placed, most likely. If your upline is working, they're placing people around. So, excuse me. That is, hey buddy, that's what I had for you. I think it's important to know this stuff and understand this stuff so you can speak about it, you can strategize, you can talk to your people you're bringing in and have them understand. There's nobody else in my genealogy, nobody being placed under. It's a little discouraging at times. Okay, all right, well, Maggie, so again, Christy, our leader, that's where she started as well. So take a look and see, like, we can strategize, we can talk, we can figure this out. It could be that I don't know who your upline is, I don't know what's going on, but you can also build it. You can also build it, and it's been done. And Chrissy's at 15 star plus. Really, she'd be higher if she wasn't building the different businesses. And you know, but she's just entered the Millionaires Club. So don't get discouraged. It's possible, and you can do it. I hope you guys have an awesome night. I'm 6 minutes over, and I was really trying to stay to 20 and not just shove stuff down your throat that you didn't understand. So please, please, place questions if you have them in the comments. I will go back and answer any questions or anything that shows up in the next few days. I'll keep checking back to double check, because I know this time might not have worked. West Coast people, you're probably sitting down for dinner. East Coast people, you might be heading to bed. This is just the time that works for my family. So have a great night, everybody. It's been real. It's been awesome. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for the hearts and the likes. I appreciate it. Take care.